Another thing that I loved about Chapter 2, and this isn't just Chapter 2, this is actually all the chapters, but it really stood out to me in Chapter 2 and in Chapter 1, the demo, but it's the incredible detail of all of the faces of the characters. It's really been brought up a few notches since Remake, and it makes a huge difference. So right at the beginning of Chapter 2, there's that whole Tifa, Cloud conversations where they're not really seeing eye to eye, and there's some trust issues.
Where have you been this whole time? For 5 years.
I can't tell you that.
Which is all very interesting because it's character-based, and I find all that drama very fascinating in Final Fantasy games, but it's made so much better because the facial expressions of the characters is just so much better than it was in even Remake. And there's a few moments I remember from Remake where I was like, that was a cool moment facial expression-wise.
That was pretty cool.
But in this, it's just consistent. It's throughout. The graphics are just better.
Yeah.
In the faces, the designs, it looks really good. And it's like that with all the characters. Not just the main characters, but the supporting roles have these incredibly animated faces, right? And it's a great upgrade.
Yeah, the facial expressions are awesome. I will say that that whole drama or whatever you want to call it, I find it super cringy, but I realize that's just me. I'm sure most people see it and they enjoy it or whatever, but I see it
cringe.
And I'm like, come on.
But what do you hate about it?
I can't put my finger on it. I think it's something like two people would not act like this.
Well, yeah. Okay. So there are moments where Cloud and Tifa just suck at communicating. And you're just say words, just talk, right? And they don't.
That's, yeah.
So that part's annoying because it's okay, you guys are the worst communicators in the world. Just hash it out and move on. But they can't do that because it's a scripted game with a certain track they're following. So they're doing the best they can with what they have to work with. And there is cringe involved in it. But it's also, I'd rather take the cringy character moments than not have character moments at all, because they do add interesting elements of human connection that I think are really vital for a game like this.
Yeah. And speaking of that, the more I work the Barret character, the more I love that character.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that broke up the cringe, right? At a certain point they were having their thing and he's like, that's it, no more until this thing's done.
Yeah, they're having their little
cut it out
love triangle starting moment, and then Barrett's okay, none of this dating stuff.
Yeah, we have no time for this. We're on a mission.
Where the hell have you two been?
On a date, kind of.
What?
Well, that was the last one. At least till things calm down. Got that?
I love Barret. He's probably my favorite character at this point, just because he's no nonsense. He's just
he's a great character.
Hey, cut it out.
Yeah,
right?
just buck up and deal with this. Don't give me any drama. Barret is great.
Oh, no, you don't. That bends.